Happy Friday, everyone. I'm your host, Peter Vryonis, alongside host Nick Gosse. We got some Blue Jays baseball today. Jays, Rays, it's at 1:05 Eastern Standard Time. I want to thank you all for joining us on this Jays Digest pregame show. Uh, got a lot to break down today. Another loaded lineup for the Toronto Blue Jays. And yeah, let's just get right into the first topic here, which is
Lineup
the lineups.
previews. All
Yeah.
right. So, like you said, this game also is televised. A lot of people were, confused about that on Twitter as well. But this game is televised on Sportsnet, and like you said, Kevin Gosse and Peter, I'll let you break down the lineup here and let us know if you have any thoughts on it.
I mean, another loaded lineup for the Toronto Blue Jays, 1 through 6. 1 through 7 is what you're going to see a lot of throughout the regular season. Kevin Biggio getting rewarded for his hot start in the spring, batting sixth. The same top five that we saw yesterday, except Springer is in center field today. Dalton Varsho is in left field, and Espinal's DHing. So Springer makes his debut in the field in the spring. And I'm just very excited to see this. Rob Brantley's been pretty good as well. He's lining up to be the third catcher this season for the Toronto Blue Jays, so he's a dark horse to make it in that final roster spot. And of course, the big fish, Kevin Gausman, is making his debut today in the spring, so I'm super excited for that.
Yeah, Kevin Gosman with the new pitch clock rules. Obviously, a lot of people have been curious to see about that. But another thing here, we get to see Varsho play again. And like you said, he's in left field. So this is going to be his normal position on the year. So it'll be interesting to see that.
Mhm.
And Espinal DH is also interesting. I guess they just want to give him reps alongside Kevin Biggio, who has also been playing very, very well as of late. So I don't know. It's a pretty loaded lineup. And I'm surprised. I mean, Vladdy with another back-to-back, Springer with a back-to-back, finally playing the field. It's going to be interesting to see how they do, and I'm excited to see the outfield. It's a pretty loaded outfield there with I guess Horwitz in right field is the only weak spot. If
I'm surprised Springer is in center field. I thought they would have given Varsho the nod over there and maybe get Springer used to right field, but he played a lot of right field when Bradley Zimmer or Jackie Bradley Jr. would come on as a defensive replacement, and he also played a lot of right field in his time in Houston when they got Jake Marisnick. So he's used to it, but I don't know if they really want to push him this early in the spring, but I guess it'll be a test to see how his arm is holding up, and we'll go from there. I don't expect him to play more than maybe 4 innings.
Yeah, he was aggressive on the base pass in the first one. What's up, Owen? What's up, Lion? But let's also get into the Rays lineup now. I'll let you break this down. They have a fairly,
I can't even see that, Nick. If I'm
yeah, it's
being
pretty small
honest
for you, I'm
with you.
sure. So we have Josh Lowe in the one spot, Jose Siri in the two spot, Paredes in the three spot, Arnada, Francisco Mahida, Charlie Culberson, Vital Brujan, Daniel Robertson, and Austin Shenton. So a few, notable players there. Owen said Gosman's in a shove today. I think he will have a good day. But again, he's the storyline of this game is going to be seeing how Kevin Gosman pitches with with obviously the pitch clock and the toe tap. But yeah, Jose Siri, Josh Lowe, and Isaac Paredes are kind of the main guys for the Rays there. They are looking, he's a decent lineup, nothing too crazy, but Drew Rasmussen is on the hill, which is a pretty solid pitcher.
Yeah, he's very solid, and he gave the Jays a lot of fits last season when they faced him. But it should be a good matchup. Again, it's an away game for the Tampa Bay Rays, so they're not dressing all of their players. I'm not sure if it's a split squad game for
I
them,
don't think so.
but yeah, but there are some notable players, like you said. Jonathan Aranda is, pretty good player. Vidal Brujan is a very exciting prospect,
Yep.
got a lot of speed. Jose Siri is going to be their everyday center fielder, and their leadoff is who's their leadoff
Josh
again?
Lowe tonight.
Josh Lowe. So yeah, another middle of the order type bat for Tampa Bay. So it'll be a decent test for Kevin Gausman, and he pitched very well against Tampa last year. So I'm excited to see him. But we will move on to the next topic here, which is the rapid fire. And Nick, I'll ask you first, okay?
Yeah, let's
This
do
is
it.
going to be a tough question, and we'll ask the chat as well. Same spiel as yesterday. Would you rather have one championship over the next 15 years, or would you let those years play out? But you don't know when the championship is going to be, so it's not like a fix that you're going to win it in the next 5 years or something. It's in the next 15. You don't know when, but then you don't win another one the rest of the 15.
I think I'd let it play out. That would be my answer. Just because I think
Okay.
the Jays can win more than one in the next 15 years. That would kind of I think the odds are actually I don't know. It's very close. I'm gonna go with I'll go with play the 15 years out. That's what I'll go with.
Okay. I don't know. I think I'll take the one championship in 15 years. Okay. Supporting teams in my lifetime has not been very easy. So I'm a Raptors fan who have won a championship. I'm a Toronto Blue Jays fan who have not won a championship in my lifetime. I'm a Montreal Canadiens fan who had not won a Stanley Cup since 1993, but did make the Stanley Cup final in the shortened season and then got absolutely melted by Tampa Bay. So I have not seen any sort of success. And I'm also a Cowboys fan, just to put it into perspective for all of you. So I'm not used to winning. So I will take the one championship over the 15 years, just because. I mean, hey, how can you say no to that? I'm 22, Nick. You're 21. How we haven't seen a championship, so how can we say no to one in
Fair.
the next 15 years?
Yeah, that's probably
But
Owen
but
agrees.
I do agree with you that they can win more than one over the next 15, but baseball's tough, man. Baseball's real tough.
Owen saying one championship over 15 years. He agrees. Lionheart saying I was 22 and 23 the last time the Jays won. So I guess he asked the line. I guess you'd probably pick. Would you want another one in your next 15? Or would you like to play the 15 years out and maybe have more than that? But yeah, I guess the Raptors kind of did the. I wouldn't expect them to win a chip. I mean, hopefully they win a chip in the next few years, but I doubt
Mhm.
that'll happen. But what's the next question you got?
Okay, give me one ideal deadline ad for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Okay. So, Eric Shepard. I think Gosman will look like Manoah did yesterday, allowing some runners. He isn't aiming to impress, so he can afford to try some things he wouldn't try in a season. It's a very, very good point. One
Yeah, good
deadline
point.
ad. Um, I'll let you go first because I'm gonna have to think about this and let us know in the chat. I know you guys have
Okay.
always been very active with the trade fronts, but I'm thinking a relief pitcher of some sort or a fourth outfielder. But I'll let you go first, and I'll base my answer off yours.
Okay, well, tell me if this is cheating or not, but can I say Chad Green? Does that count?
No,
Probably
you
not.
cannot
Eh?
say Chad Green.
No, probably not. Probably not. Okay, okay. I tried to cheat the system there. I tried to go with Chad Green. This is tough. I handcuffed myself with this question
I'm just gonna go
over
with
here.
with Gregory Soto again, even though it's not gonna happen. I'm just gonna go with
Really?
him again. I just want to stick with him.
Philadelphia?
He's
Okay.
he's been on my radar for a while. Maybe David Bednar. How about him? I'll go with him. Maybe a David Bednar cut.
Oh,
We'll go with David Bednar.
okay. Okay, I like that. I like that. Okay, an ideal deadline ad for me. Hmm.
It's tough because a lot of them are just recently
I'm gonna
signed.
go. Yeah, I'm gonna go Robbie Grossman
Okay, it's possible
from the Texas Rangers,
if they
who I
burn out.
believe will not. They won't make the playoffs. I don't think they'll make the playoffs. And Robbie Grossman is going to be trade bait for them at the deadline because they're going to flame out yet again. Okay, so we'll move on to the next one here. The final question of the rapid fire. I hope you guys are playing along in the chat there. Apart from Nate Pearson, who has the best chance to challenge for a spot in the bullpen on the final roster?
I do have my answer, and I'm gonna go with. There's so many. I'll give two answers. I'm gonna go with Julian Fernandez, or I think a more likely answer now would be Hagen Danner. Those are my two. I think Hagen Danner is
Okay.
probably the guy for most recently. Obviously Yasser Zuleta I think can make an impact in the future as well. Lionheart quickly typing in with Seth Brown or Austin Meadows. That's two very solid
Good.
answers. I like
That's
Austin
good.
Meadows. And Owen saying it's a hard question because the best relievers in the MLB change from year to year. It's also a very good point. Ricky Tiedemann. That's a good one as well. Tiedemann's a good one as well. What's yours, Peter?
I think Yasser Zulueta.
Okay. He's pitching
And
today.
because I don't think Hagen Danner is on the 40-man roster, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
So
I just saw a tweet about him today
I don't
saying
think so.
how good he's been. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he is. So that would be kind of tough. You would have to DFA someone to make room for Hagen Danner. So that would be real tough logistically for the Toronto Blue Jays. So I would probably lean towards Yosver Zulueta just because the stuff is so good. But Julian Fernandez has also looked incredible in his couple of outings that he's had. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to monitor. But Nate Pearson has been running away with the job, in my opinion. And also, considering how much the Jays have invested in Nate Pearson, it'll only make sense for him to make the team and finally break through to the big leagues in a full-time role.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Lionheart saying Fernandez, Owen saying Tiedemann. I'm assuming Julian Fernandez. Carol saying, hi guys, hi guys, are you guys broadcasting the game today? So Carol, we're not going to be live during the game, but we obviously have our pre-game stream now, and after the game we'll have our usual video. But thank you for tuning in. It obviously is a Friday, so a lot of people are busy and not able to tune in Friday afternoon, but for all you who do, we do appreciate it. Make sure to hit the like button. It means the world. But yeah, that'll wrap up the rapid fire segment. We enjoyed it. Both of Fernandez will make major league games this season. We should have no problems with our bullpen depth anymore. I could see that happening,
Yeah.
very well happening. I could see that, especially, honestly, Junior looked phenomenal in yesterday's game too. Julian looked dominant though. Julian throws a bit harder than Junior, but I know Junior's fastball is really rated very highly in the advanced metrics. But let's get into our bold prediction segment now, as we are around 10 minutes away from first pitch. You're right about Nate Peter. That's what Lionheart says. Yeah, Nate Pearson, I agree with you as well, is definitely running away with it. And I also think Yusei Kikuchi is running away with that fifth starter spot. If obviously
Yeah.
Mitch White is he's super delayed, which I kind of just helped him anyways. But Kikuchi has been dominant. But what's your bold prediction or predictions for this game? And chat, you can leave yours as well if you feel inclined to. But what's your bold prediction for this game? I'll pop up the lineup for you.
Yeah. I'll just stick a little bit here with Kikuchi. I think the reason why I didn't say a starting pitcher as an ideal ad for the Toronto Blue Jays at the deadline is because of what I've seen out of Yusei Kikuchi. Now, I don't know how much stock we can put into a couple of spring training starts, but he has looked very good. He's looked very confident out there. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, but he's been very good. My bold prediction for this game, I'm going to ride with him again. Okay, I'm going to ride with him one more time. Dalton Varsho, a home run, a double, and a stolen base for him.
All right, I also have one. Mine is also going to be a Varsho home run. I think that's likely. And T. Crook said I single-handedly likes by. I appreciate the like. T. I think a few people did, but I appreciate the like. Owen saying, do you guys know if we're able to bring Junior up and down from the minors without putting him on waivers?
No, he has no options.
No
He
options.
has no
I
options.
don't believe. And T. You may have been the only one, but I do appreciate it. Okay, so mine is Varsho home run and a Spencer Horwitz double. I think we'll go with both of those. Not too bold, but it's it's pretty bold if you look at the odds.
Let's
So
get a pitching one also. Let's get a pitching one
Kevin
also.
Gausman doesn't allow a hit.
I'm going to go Yasser Zulueta strikes out the side.
I like that. He is pitching today along with
Yeah.
Paul Fry. I know is also pitching. Lionheart saying, my bold prediction, another strong coffee and a strong 420 for me. enjoy yourself, Lion. It seems like Kikuchi needed some, like, I don't know if I would consider it. I think he just needed to get in a rhythm, and I think the pitch clock is helping with that and has helped him not overthink his pitches, if that's what you mean, Owen. Yeah. Definitely not overthink his
Owen,
pitches.
I think the problem with Kikuchi was just, he was given chances last year, but he was made out to be the scapegoat. And what really did the Blue Jays in last year was Jose Barrios with his one-inning outings and not being able to get further than the second inning. That's what really did the Blue Jays in, because their bullpen was taxed. And then, Kikuchi struggled with his control. He wasn't as good as he wanted to be. Let's call it what it is. But it wasn't just all his fault about the rotation. Jose Barrios was very poor as well, and he's got to figure it out for this season too. He needs to bounce back more than Kikuchi does, because the Jays need to rely on him come playoff time.
Few things from the chat here. Matt saying Gosman 4Ks from his splitter is his bold prediction. I like that one, Matt. We'll come back tomorrow and see how, or whenever the next game is, and see how that goes out. Jason, anytime, welcome to the stream. He says, which player's injury will spoil the season? I don't like thinking about that at all.
I like that question.
I'll answer it by saying who I don't want to get injured. And this isn't even going to be the best player on the Jays. I just don't want to see Kevin Kiermaier get injured just because of how good he looks in the spring. And I'll get back to your question in a second, because Lionheart has another question here. He says, can you discuss your join, please? Yeah, so if you click the join button next to the subscribe, it's a monthly membership. You can see Matt has the little Jays logo next to your name. You get some perks, and you also get the emotes. I don't know if Matt's still in here to show the emotes, but you get emotes you can use in the chat. You get I'll put them in here. Yeah, so it's just a monthly subscriber, monthly support, help support the channel. That's all that is in line.
That always kills me,
I
man.
love the
Me in the
emotes.
suit.
Peter in the suit.
That's from so long ago. I think that's from 6 years
It
ago.
is. Yeah, we found it in the.
I don't yeah.
Jonas, welcome
I
to the
don't look
stream.
like that anymore.
I know I jumped on pretty late. I just put a new vanity and faucet in my bathroom. Just want to say what's up, boys, and let's go. Jonas, appreciate you tuning in to all the streams. There's Matt with it. Thank you for tuning in late. Obviously, it's a Friday. It's a busy day for a lot of people, but
What's that last
it's
one?
gonna
Is
be an
that the bat
excited.
flip?
It's
Is that bat flip?
the bat flip is the third one. The last one is like an award.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an award.
Yeah.
Owen,
Yeah,
Robbie, Ray,
Eric is right. Julian can be brought up and down.
which helps his
He's got
case.
options,
Which helps his case
but
a
not
lot.
Junior. Yeah.
Definitely helps his case a
Yes.
lot, and he's looked better
Yes.
than Junior, anyways. But at the same time, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see the Fernandez brother. But line, hopefully, I explained the join as well as I could there. Basically, just a way to support the channel. Eric saying Julian can be brought up, and yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for the game today. I guess we'll move on to the chat Q&A. We've kind of been doing it anyways. But Peter, do you have any final? Obviously, we have around 5 or 6 minutes left of the stream. Any final, and maybe even some bold predictions, some hot takes, or what do you think? Maybe a score prediction for today's game.
Can I say tie? No.
I mean, you
hope
can.
not.
Yesterday's was a
hope
tie.
not. I really hope not. I actually fell asleep during that game. That's how
I
crazy.
know.
That's how crazy that was. But
Chuck's. Go ahead.
I don't know if I have a score here, but
I'm going 3-2.
I
3-2
just want to
Jays.
see 3-2 Jays. Okay, fine. I'll go 6-1 Jays.
Okay.
6-1.
Chuck saying I love Kikuchi,
See
but I
some
need to
more
see.
offense.
It is. I agree. Mr. T in that 5th spot. Maybe he makes a push this year. Maybe next year. William Wilson, welcome back. I know you've been tuning into these. Happy to have you here for the pregame. We want to see more Vershow line drives and no more pop-ups. I agree. Calvin, bullpen depth has looked crazy this spring. I feel like we have so much flexibility. Someone brought up on Twitter, Peter, I don't know your thoughts about this, that they basically said that our AAA bullpen could be some MLB better than some MLB teams' bullpen. I don't know about better, but very, very close. Obviously, you have tons of people, especially if you consider some of the other guys there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll tell you what though. I think the AAA bullpen has more velocity in it than the MLB bullpen does. So yeah, velocity plays at any level, and they seem to have figured it out as well. Like Hagen Danner, like you mentioned, has looked unbelievable. Hayden Yanger's got pretty good stuff too. I thought he's looked okay.
He just had that poor outing.
He's had some poor outings, and he's gotten hit hard just because of his location. But the stuff is really good. Julian Fernandez, Junior Fernandez, those guys, their stuff very good. Yosver Zulueta, who's also going to start the year in AAA most likely. Guy throws 98, 99 when his arm is sore, so it's like all these guys, there's just so many options, and if there are ever any injuries, then you know that you're in a good spot because you could just call someone up from down the road in Buffalo. And this is what the Blue Jays have been wanting for years, this amount of depth, and they don't want to have to call up Thomas Hatch anymore. They don't have to. I don't think they have to. They have so many options now.
All right, lots of questions in the chat. Also, make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button if you guys are new or enjoy the daily content. We've been going live before every game. All right, let's do some rapid fire questions here. So, Ratchet to One's prediction is 5-4 Jays. All the spring folks begged for a high velo arm. Meanwhile, the power to be stayed the course. It's like they knew they already had a flamethrower. We just had to stay healthy. We have lots of flamethrowers now in AAA. All right, we think Pearson making the pen or going to Buffalo. I think he's going to make the pen.
Me too.
I think he's going to make the pen. Do you think Paul Fry makes a club out of spring? If not, Mazo will be the only lefty. I don't think he makes it out of spring, but I think if they need a lefty or maybe if someone goes down, then he'll be one of the first lefties up. You also have Jimmy Burnett, who's also been playing very well, so he does have a lot of competition, though. He has looked, Paul Fry has looked pretty good. And we also have Zach Pop. That's a good point by Matt to consider. Zach Pop is probably going to start in AAA this year, which is kind of unfortunate, but that's what people are saying. That's what people are saying on just because of his options compared to guys who don't have them, but the good thing about Zach Pop is you can stuff him in AAA. He has way better stuff than a lot of the players who are up, but maybe you stuff him in AAA and have someone who doesn't have options, see how they do. But I would love to see him start but there's only so much room if you have Nate Pearson staying up as well.
It's true. I mean, it's a good problem to have if you're John Schneider and if you're Ross Atkins. It's just, you got so many options, and it's great. I've really been impressed with Jimmy Burnett and Jimmy Robbins as well, the two lefties in camp. They've been very good, and they also have an outside shot of making the team. I feel like everyone that stepped on the mound everyone that's taking the rubber has a chance to make this team, and that's how good the pitching has been all spring long so far.
Chuck saying Thomas Hatch better not make another appearance. I think I texted Peter saying that the Hatch era is over after he gave up 4 earned runs at .1 innings. Really good
Better
question.
be.
Really good question
Better
by Owen here. Do you guys have any problems DFAing Trevor Richards at this point? I don't know. It's a tough question. I'd have to get a look at the actual full bullpen and how many spots are left. But Trevor Richards has good stuff. It's just that he hasn't really been able to do good last year. Would you be fine
Yeah.
DFAing him for? As a Nate Pearson would probably be the guy replacing him, or Zach Pop. If would you rather have Zach Pop or Trevor Richards in your bullpen to start the year?
Oh, Zach Pop for sure, but let's give Trevor Richards a little bit of credit, even though I find him not very good. I think he's blown a lot of games for the Toronto Blue Jays over the years. He's got probably the best pitch on the team, apart from maybe Kevin Gausman's splitter. Like his changeup is one of the best pitches in all of baseball. He just doesn't throw it enough. He doesn't trust it enough to throw it all the time, and he should be. That should be his money pitch. Instead, he throws 95 right in the heart of the zone, and that's when he gets crushed. So if he throws his changeup a little bit more, then his strikeout stuff will shine. He had the best K per nine on the team last year, but he doesn't use his changeup enough.
I agree.
That's my problem with him. But I would DFA him. I would.
And he will
the Trevor
probably
Richards experiment is over.
He will get picked up. He will get picked up by someone else. But like
Fine.
everyone is saying, our bullpen is stacked. Calvin saying the front office doesn't seem to care about righty-lefty pitching variety. Is there a chance that changes later on in the season? I think there is a chance, but at the same time, with the lefty specialists have kind of been less of a, and we have a lot of righties who are very good against lefties. Think Eric Swanson, Anthony Bass, people like that. Matt's saying I think Bass, Simber, Meza, Romano, Swanson are locks to make it. I agree. 2 more spots. We'll go to Richards. We'll probably go to Richards and White because they have no options. And you are right to start the year. That is probably what the bullpen is going to be, but I could see a world where they maybe DFA Richards and pick up Nate Pearson, but I don't know. They haven't been Jays haven't been much of a DFA team besides, obviously some players. But yeah, Williams saying a stacked bullpen, such a welcome change. Chuck saying definitely Pop. Lionheart asked me what other sports I like. I play a lot of basketball. And I watch some hockey, but baseball and basketball are my 2 sports, and I play a lot of basketball. But baseball is my favorite sport for sure.
Yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up.
2
first
minutes.
pitch is on the way here. We don't want to cut it that close to game time. We want to be able to catch that first pitch from Kevin Gausman. So we want to thank you all for tuning in. These have been super fun to do, these pregame live streams. I mean, it's great. It's a lot of fun previewing the games for you guys, and just thank you all for joining.
Yeah, we'll continue to be doing them as much as we can. And again, we'll have our post-game video, hopefully very, very shortly after the game. Hopefully, again, going to be a good one with Kevin Gausman. So thank you all for tuning in. Lionheart, Chuck, William, everyone, Owen, Matt as well, Calvin. Hope I didn't miss anyone. But everyone who tuned in, we do appreciate it. Eric as well. Everyone who we responded to. William, go Jays, go! Thank you so much, and we'll hopefully see you guys tomorrow in the stream or later tonight in the video if you want to check our game recap. Enjoy the game as well, and have a good Friday. We'll see you guys later.